पंखों में अभी भी उड़ान बाकी है।
कौन पहुंचा है कभी अपनी आखिरी मंजिल तक? हर किसी के लिए अभी थोड़ा आसमान बाकी है, हर किसी के लिए अभी थोड़ा आसमान बाकी है।
A very good noon to all the dignitaries on and off the dais, respected senior chartered accountants and all the future CAs present over here. I hope you all are ready for an exhilarating journey this afternoon. I am Khushi Soni
And I am Khushi Dagli.
और आज हम सबका दिल खुशियों से भर देंगे।
We are your master of ceremony for this technical session, Charting Horizons, Trailblazing Global Trends in Accountancy. So, we would like to invite our respected dignitaries on the dais, Mr. Dhan Vyas, Managing Committee Member of Ahmedabad branch of WICASA of ICAI, Delegate from Sri Lanka, Mr. Akila Gamage, CEO of QX FNA Services, CA Mahesh Kumar Jain.
I would like to request WICASA volunteers to escort them on the dais.
Now, we would like to welcome our paper presenters for the final technical session, Mr. Manish Shah, Ms. Anushri Balaji, Mr. Shlok Trivedi,
Mr. Kevin Savla, Mr. Shizan Aswar, Mr. Akila Utsara.
Hello.
A huge round of applause for our paper presenters.
Our panel of jury for this session is CA Marzoon Jokhi, CA Mukesh Bhai Khandwala.
I would like to invite CA Mahesh Kumar Jain to please address the audience.
Good afternoon, team. How are we doing? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Purushottam sir, for the kind invitation. And it is really my pleasure to be here on this platform to hear all the technical participants. And the topics are really interesting as we speak. So today, presenters will be talking on the topics like space economy. And when we talk about space economy, there will be big numbers talk about. And as an accountant, we all the big numbers, isn't it? And that will be really interesting that how this space economy will play its role and what is the role as an accountant or as a chartered accountant we have in it. The other topic that we'll talk and really want to thank ICAI for designing such interesting topic, be it artificial intelligence, intelligent automation, robotic process automation, and all those things are really interesting because in that direction we are moving on. And when we talk about technologies on robotic process automation, the one thing that comes across as the biggest fear is, will we all lose our job or not? I think that's the fear. And I remember when the first time an accounting software being launched with double entry system, lot of accountants back then realized, oh, we'll lose our job. What we have to do when the computers will do everything. And as we speak today, there is still a huge shortage of chartered accountants or accountants to do the work. And the Western world is looking at India to do the accounting stuffs and the talent that India only can fulfill in the coming time. The other interesting thing that the audience or the participants will be talking today is the business insights. Because gone are the days when you run a lot of reports from the back office, softwares, and then run reports, it takes ages. The future economy or the future way of working is all around how can we use all those data and insights quickly and can help us. So I am really excited to hear all the views from the audience today and really keen to hear all the thoughts and the candidates or the participants have presented today. So really keen to hear that. Thank you.
Are you tired of sitting all day while vouching and verifying lots of invoices?
Are you tired of detecting numerous mistakes in spite of putting in so much effort?
Do you start to feel sleepy the minute you hear the name audit?
Do you feel something like this?
किससे हमारे ओवर टाइम के कम तो नहीं है, गम तो यही है।
कितनी दफा सुबह को मेरी क्लाइंट प्लेस पे बैठे मैंने शाम किया।
तो अब टेंशन को कर दो बाय बाय, बिकॉज we have a paper presenter right here who has perfect solution for the auditors like us.
Let us dive into the first leg of our journey with our paper presenter who will illuminate us on innovations in auditing and assurance. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in extending a warm welcome to Mr. Manish Shah.
It is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent that survives. It is the one who is most adaptable to the changes that occurs. Good afternoon, dear friends. Myself, Manisha, here is a paper presenter for the topic Innovations in Auditing and Assurance. Let us have a quick brief of how audit field has evolved during the period of time. Earlier, business used to maintain their books of accounts in the registers manually, and the auditor used to visit the client premises and verify their books with the green ticks in it. Then, with the advancement in the technology, accounting softwares came in place where financial data and the preparation of books of account was done in the software itself. With more advancement in technology, every process and supply chain of the business used to be in the software itself, that we called it as ERP software. So now in today's world, as an auditor, it's not an option given to us to adopt the technology, but it is something which is mandatory for us to adopt the technology. So me, your friend, will be letting you through the innovations and emerging technologies in the field of audit. ऑडिट के फील्ड के अपडेट से अपडेट होना नेशनल क्रश से अपडेट होने से ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है. So first we have dashboard. As per standards on auditing 520, we perform analytical procedures wherein we establish the plausible relationship between financial data and financial and non-financial data as well. This can be presented in a visual and in a picture form. In a single interface, we can do multiple analysis like sales register analysis, purchase register analysis. You can present all those information in the dashboard. Second, we have data analytical tools. When you have large set of data and you have to reach to a conclusion based out of data, then you can use tools. The tools like IDEA, Excel are the tools which are examples of the data analytical tools which we use in day-to-day life. Now let me present you an example of cloud computing. When we visit to a client for audit, there are various departments. In each department we need to visit and we need to gather the data. It is more time-consuming process. So what we can do instead is, we can instruct the client and the various department to upload the data in the server, and the audit team can download that data from the server and do the works they are required to do, prepare their work papers and can upload it into the internal server, and then the manager partner can review the same. So this cloud computing technology is the tool that is helping us to do KPO, knowledge process outsourcing, remote audit like of things. Now coming to audit command language. Audit command language help us doing trend analysis, regression analysis, trial balance reconciliation. When Excel, it is not possible to do so, the bigger data can be analyzed through it. Now coming to robotic process automation, automating the manual things through the use of AI is what robotic process automation is. Let us see illustration on this. When you have to test a control, so you can automate it by, you will have a bot, who will download a certain form, be having the data field, and each data field will be requiring the data that is relevant for you to test that control. So the bot will log into the ERP system, then the bot will present those data which was in the form in the spreadsheet, then the bot will extract out the samples itself, and the bot will find out any exceptions therein. So this is PA can help in audit. Now coming to Ultrex. So Ultrex can help us in passing the journal entries, consolidations, trial balance reconciliations, and month-end closing entries. Let's see diagrammatic workflow of Ultrex, like data extraction, transformation, reconciliation, and financial reporting. These things which is going to take 30 hours of human effort can be done in less than a minute with the help of this technology. Now coming to Internet of Things. So when the things are connected to Internet, when the assets, when the physical assets, inventories are connected to Internet, to trace the physical location of that becomes very easy. So these things can be very useful in the field of audit. Before going to blockchain, let us discuss about one innovation by ICAI, which ICAI is planning to have. ICAI is planning to develop a platform wherein the bank balance confirmation across all the banks can be provided in a single platform. So if you guys did IFRS US guidelines, you must have been awarded our portal called confirmation.com, wherein you can log in and you can get the bank balance confirmation. So now coming to blockchain. So blockchain, there are blocks wherein there are transaction data, and unauthorized access to it and unauthorized changes is restricted. So if unauthorized changes is restricted, it can be used by the auditor as evidence for the audit. Coming to drones. So drones can really be helpful to us in physical inventory verification, physical fixed asset verification, and plants verification. So PwC has used this technology in case of the stock audit of RWE, where there were 4 lakh tons of coal reserve, and PwC find it really efficient. The human effort was really minimized. Coming to innovations by 2 of the global firms, Deloitte Omnia. Deloitte Omnia is the first organization to experiment on cloud-based driven audit. And coming to KPMG Nigeria, KPMG Nigeria scripted the program in the software itself, wherein that script was creating audit logs and was pointing out what are the flaws and loopholes in the system and in the controls. So guys, to conclude, I want to say nothing is necessity is the mother of invention, and with the innovations we have to update ourselves. As being a professional, we need to innovate with the changes that is occurring, and nothing is permanent except for change, and the one who adopts the change, the one who adopts the innovations are the one who are going to conquer the world. And we definitely can say chartered accountancy profession, the audit profession has innovated through a long journey, and it's going to conquer the world in the near future. Thank you. This was it from your favorite presenter, Manisha. Thank you for your listening.
Please give a huge round of applause for our paper presenter. Thank you so much, Mr. Manish Shah, for this illuminating presentation.
Guys, we have exciting news for you all. The star cast of Kamthan is here with us.
तो अपनी कुर्सी की पेटियां बांध ले और कृपया हमारे साथ बने रहे.
The film actor Darshan Jariwala, the actor and stand-up comedian Deep Vaidya. अरे खुशी सुन ना.
हाँ खुशी, सुना ना.
They all will interact with you after this technical session. So, requested everyone, no one will leave the hall.
अरे खुशी सुन ना.
हाँ खुशी, सुना ना.
यार, I forgot to bring cash today. Now how will I go home?
चिंता मत कर, बस स्कैन कर, पे कर और घर जा. तूने सुना नहीं है? पेटीएम करो.
Fintech. Fintech is revolutionizing the way we handle money, challenging traditional banking system, and reshaping the entire financial industry.
Absolutely. The opportunities in fintech are vast, but with great opportunities come great challenges. Fintech is a double-edged sword.
To enlighten us further on the topic, Fintech Revolution, Opportunities and Challenges, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage Ms. Anushri Balaji.
Good evening to one and all present here. Thank you MOCs for that beautiful introduction. It gives me immense pleasure to stand in front of you all during Arohan International Conference of CA students. I know this is the last session. You have sat through 4 sessions. It's after lunch, and I also heard that the attention span per person is only 20 minutes. We have already crossed it, I know. But trust me, I'll make this as interesting as possible, so stay with me. I'm here to present my paper on FinTech Revolution, Challenges and Opportunities. We are all aware of the word FinTech. FinTech is anything that refers to provision of financial services to individuals and businesses by leveraging technology and software. So I'll be covering FinTech Revolution in the accounting space, challenges and opportunities in the next couple of minutes. So, based on my research, what I understood is FinTech revolution began in the 1980s with the introduction of credit cards, ATMs, online banking. Well, all this seems very ancient to us today, but trust me, this is where all started. Then, the global financial crisis of 2008, followed by demonetization and Digital India initiative, revolutionized FinTech in India. Did you know more than 5,000 companies came into existence within a span of 5 years post-demonetization? Isn't that amazing? Well, you might be wondering, only the banking and payment industry was disrupted by FinTech. Why am I standing in a CA conference and talking about FinTech? But let me tell you, the accounting industry was also bitten by the FinTech bug. And we are here as CAs and future CAs, and I think it is my responsibility to take you through the FinTech revolution in the accounting space. So, with the emergence of FinTech, CAs can now provide value-added services to their clients apart from the traditional tax and compliance services that they already offer. With the advent of FinTech, accounting has become simplified, data-driven, and cloud-based. Okay, let me ask you all something. Please raise your hands if you have heard the word blockchain. Okay. Now, show me a thumbs up if you heard the word artificial intelligence. Okay, that's great. Now, I think it's safe for me to assume that all of us have also heard of data mining and cloud computing, right? Okay, so we have all heard of these terms, and most of us even know what they mean. But as future accounting professionals, it is not just enough to know what these terms are individually, but we should equip ourselves to connect the dots, integrate them into one solution, and make the best use of these technologies. In doing so, we'll have some challenges, right? Do you think this is an easy task? So let's look at the challenges that we have with FinTech. Whenever we talk about technology, there is always a fear in our mind. Will this downsize our job? Will chartered accountants be replaced by robots? Well, of course not. I am sure everybody in this room uses Google Pay, right? Yes. So when you put a number on Google Pay, it will show you the name of the person. And if that person has added a photo, you can also see their photo. And then you'll send the money to them. But still, you'll message them and ask, did you receive the money? Shall I share a screenshot? So for this simple activity, we have so much of trust issues. Then imagine the amount of trust we should have on fintech because it's revolutionizing the way we work on a daily basis. There are also other challenges when it comes to fintech, which is quite similar to any kind of technology, like data security, the complexity of the product itself, and the regulatory environment in which it is functioning. There is also a need to constantly upskill ourselves with the latest developments and updates. Another major challenge when it comes to fintech is the need to personalize the technology as per the client needs, and at the same time we should keep it as flexible as possible. We know, right, we get updates every other day, so technology should be flexible for us to work. You may think with so many challenges, how can we grow with fintech? But look at these facts. India is among the fastest growing fintech market in the world, and the Indian fintech industry's market size is expected to grow by 300% by 2025. The fintech market opportunity is estimated to be $2.1 trillion by 2030. Hey, that reminds me, so by 2030 we'll also be chartered accountants, right? So don't you want to know what opportunities we have, what we can offer to this economy? Well, let me take you through the fintech opportunities that we have. So the traditional accounting softwares provided a better way to store data and run calculations. What more do accounting professionals need? Well, let me tell you, time. Time allows diversification. Diversification allows us to concentrate on bigger strategic level decisions and also provide value-added services to our clients using fintech. So, a few years back, okay, I used to wonder, why do engineers study MBA and learn accounting? Why are they coming into our field, I used to think. But today, the opposite has become true. We have to learn fintech-related skill sets so as to survive in this ever-changing world. So we have opportunities in blockchain, artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and machine learning. I can also remember one more story that my friend told me, okay. So in Tally Prime, so I believe, when you add a vendor detail, you have to add the state as well as the GST number. And the state and the GST number has to match, right? So what happened in Tally Prime, say for example, the state was Gujarat and the GST number was that of a Tamil Nadu registration. The software still accepted it and didn't throw an error. Then in Tally 3, this was updated and it was rectified. So how do you think this would have happened? Either an accounting professional or a user of the software would have raised a query and then they would have rectified it. Similarly, in fintech also, we as accounting professionals have to equip ourselves to not only use the technology but also create the technology, as fintech is here to both disrupt and collaborate with the existing financial architecture. Chartered accountants are known and valued for their expertise. With the advent of fintech, there has been immense increase in the number of job roles available to chartered accountants. Here are some of them: transformation lead, fintech strategist, regulatory expert. Don't these sound exciting Well, I'm very excited to see what the future holds for me. Are you excited as well? Okay, this brings me to the end of my presentation. To be honest, when I just got on stage looking at this huge hall, I was quite blank. But we as accounting professionals and future accounting professionals shouldn't become this blank looking at financial technology. In this ever-evolving industry, we have to equip ourselves to realize the full potential of fintech and create a secure and inclusive financial future for all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anushri, for this insightful presentation.
So Khushi, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when I said design thinking?
Does it have something to do with interior designing or web designing? I don't know. Do you know what it is?
I think it has something to do with innovation. But lucky for us, we have our next paper presenter to give us more insights on the topic design thinking for accounting professionals.
Get ready to break free from the mundane and embrace creativity. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage Mr. Shlok Trivedi.
सीढ़ियाँ उन्हीं को मुबारक जिन्हें छत तक जाना है। सीढ़ियाँ उन्हीं को मुबारक जिन्हें छत तक जाना है। अरे हमें तो आसमान छूना है, अपना रास्ता खुद बनाना है। Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My topic for presentation is design thinking for accounting professionals. Now, before we understand and deep dive into the topic, let us first understand why it is important to know design thinking. So, for this, we will go through an example and you guys have to help me out. So, I'll help you. Your role in this example is that you are the senior most chartered accountant of the company, जिसके बारे में भी हम example discuss करेंगे. So, everybody have got their roles, right? Yes. So, let us start the example. So, there was a person who was a middle class man with dreams in his eyes and spirit in his veins. He wanted to do something big. So eventually he started a business, and as fortune favors the brave, his business boomed like anything. He became the richest in the industry, and he also had a son. He sent his son to abroad for studying business, and later on, when his son would come back to India, he would eventually handle his father's business, right? So after a few years, when his son returned to India and he was given the control of the company, the first thing that he did was that he asked for the senior most chartered accountant, आप लोग, to bring him to the company. So after now, the senior most chartered accountant, यानी कि आप लोग आए, and you are having a conversation with the son. The son asks you, sir, can you tell me what value do you bring to our organization? The CA was shocked, but he was a CA after all, so he gave a reply, and along with that, he also explained that he was with the company since his father started it. The son said, sir, I respect your answer and I'm not doubting on your capabilities, but I just need to know what value you bring to our organization, because the pay scale that we are paying you is equivalent to 2 semi-skilled chartered accountants. So I just need to know. Did this example made you uncomfortable? Right? This is today's reality, my friends. Today, most of the CEOs are second generation CEOs. If not, they are new generation entrepreneurs. They have more knowledge and skills than us, not to mention the technical capabilities. They value loyalty, but they value adding factor equivalent to loyalty. And this is why it becomes extremely important for us that we understand a topic like design thinking, which can give an edge to ourselves. So, let us now understand what is design thinking. So if we go according to the definition, design thinking is a problem-solving method which puts humans at the center of solution building. But if we decode this, design thinking, nothing but simply a mindset that solves problem. A mindset that solves problems keeping the users in mind. It is a user-oriented problem-solving mindset. Now, let us understand how, if I or you or any organization were to implement design thinking, how would they implement it? There is no rocket science to it, but there are simply 5 steps to implement design thinking. The first step being empathize. Empathize with your customers. know what problems your customers are having, know what you can do for your customers, and try to observe your customer as much as possible. After that, in the second step, you need to define whatever problems your customer is having and what, in order to provide them solution, you can give to them. Now, to the third step, that is ideate. This is the step where most of the brainstorming happens. This is the step where we, as a chartered accountant and accounting professionals, need to think out of the box. This is where we try to do brainstorming and find out solutions for the problems that our clients are having and to present them. Now, in the fourth step, we will create a framework. As in the third step, जो भी हमने solutions सोचे थे, we'll put them into a tangible form. Be it be presentations, be it be charts, PPT graphs, whatever works the best for you. After that, the last step is test. Now, we will not provide solution readily to our client. First of all, we will test out this solution into the open market and see that how are these solutions performing. If we need to do some specification into it or not. If there is a need to ask our client that this is the solution that we are providing you, if you have to make some changes, kindly tell us. And this is way more practical than just providing them the solution. This article was in the Economic Times dated 24th December, very recent. It says that companies are giving crash course to make staff more financially capable. So, through this example, I'll make you understand how we can use design thinking. So, the problem is financial health assessment. So now what we can do to help this? We can create personalized financial tool for the company. We can identify potential areas of improvement in which the company can improve themselves. We can create awareness about this financial literacy into the organization, be it be quiz, be it be test, be it be anything. After that, the main question, is design thinking a future for accounting professional? And the answer is a big, big yes. The reason being is that there is a great amount of uncaptured market for design thinking, because a lot of small businesses who want to get the services of design thinking, but they cannot afford top tier firms. They cannot afford to go to firms who charge them 5 to 6 lakhs for just one consultancy. And this is where we, a new age of chartered accountants, can create a niche for ourselves. Let us be honest. हम सब चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट बन के या तो अपनी प्रैक्टिस करेंगे या तो जॉब करेंगे. बट जो लोग प्रैक्टिस करने वाले हैं, you think it will be very easy to give competitions to these organizations who have their roots deep down into the field of auditing, assurance, taxation? It is going to be really difficult. And then I would ask you that will you run into a race where you know that you are not going to win? Will you run into a race where you know that you are not going to win? The answer is no, right? And this is where you can use design thinking and create a niche for yourself. Now, this slide, I think, is very mandatory when it comes to any presentation. Whatever you, me, we all are doing right now, if it can be replaced by AI or robotics, there is no need for us to do it right now. So, into this question also, let us understand, can AI or robotics replace us? So, design thinking requires human nuance. Now, what do I mean by this? Human nuance is basically our capability to understand people, to empathize with people, to think creatively, to do innovations. And this is very difficult to replicate by an AI or robotics. And the ultimate beauty and problem, yes, the ultimate beauty and problem of design thinking is that design thinking has different users. Design thinking has different users. Each of these users have different problems. Each of these users have different problems, and for each of this problem, there is a unique or say different solution. And this entire concept is very difficult to capture or to program into a AI or software. चलो मान लेते एक बार किसी ने ये सब AI में incorporate कर भी दिया. I'm not saying it's not impossible, but it is very far away. But let us consider right now कि किसी ने इसका एक AI software बना भी दिया, right? But still, जैसे कि नारायण मूर्ति सर ने कहा है, we need to work 70 hours a week. So now, if this robot or AI is told to work using design thinking, working 70 hours a week, the only thing, ladies and gentlemen, the robot or AI will say to us is that I am not a chartered accountant. Only a chartered accountant can use their minds, this cannot do, can do, or not giving up attitude, and can use design thinking. And that is how, ladies and gentlemen, I would conclude my presentation. Thank you so much. You have been a lovely audience. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lok, for this enriching session.
Arey Khushi, I almost forgot. Your birthday is approaching. What do you want me to buy for you?
Kushi, let me think. I can't decide right now.
अरे खुशी, ask for whatever you want. आपके लिए तो चांद भी हाजिर है.
सच्ची तो ले आ फिर.
मुझे पता है कौन तेरे लिए ला सकता है. Because for the final topic we have space economy, investing beyond Earth. Yes, you heard it right. Space investments. Forget Wall Street. We are talking about the cosmos. तो चांद तारों से कहो कि अभी ठहरे जरा, पहले इन्वेस्टमेंट करूंगा उसके बाद आऊंगा.
Leading us through this cosmic expedition is our next paper presenter. Prepare to have your investment portfolios to reach new heights. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage Mr. Kevin Savla.
So guys, it was the decade of 1950s when there was the war, and it led to the emergence of two major economies, the US and the Soviet Union. They ended up in the Cold War ultimately. However, this wasn't the end, guys. What it led ultimately was the space race. They all wanted to show their power, their desire to be the first, at the top of the world. And to this, they had to win the space, as it was very evident at that time. And for this, they both started launching spaceships to the moon. The US won the first space war with its flag on the moon. Well, this was a couple of decades ago. Cutting back to today, we all know that there are 5 major economies into the space. The US, Russia, China, and yes, 4th is India, and a couple of European countries. But America today is in debt. The China is expanding. Russia is at wars. China is planning wars, rather. European nations like France are losing its colonies in Africa. And here we are, India, at the top of what we were at from the past and at our best today. This presents to us the opportunities we have in the space sector and into the leadership of Shri Narendra Modi, who has opened up the space sector for privatization. But guys, what do we understand by space economy? What comes to your mind from these two words? Well, I'm not going to get into definitions. Let's start with some practical insights. When I first saw the movie Avatar a decade ago, I hardly understood shit. It was like bouncer to me. But I then rewatched it. And then I understood that I want to become an astronomer. Sorry, not astronomer. Astronaut, my bad, slip of tongue. Sorry, guys. But I wanted to explore the space. But today, I have come to a realization that you don't need to be an astronaut to be into the space. You need 2 things: a big bank balance and some good reputation. Elon Musk, who has launched the SpaceX, plans to have Mars colonies in a decade. Isn't that amazing? Who would have thought? Jeff Bezos feels like he wants to monetize space travel just like air travel. Well, I don't think that's impossible now. As we know, a couple of decades ago, air travel felt impossible. A couple of years ago, internet felt impossible. However, today, we know that nothing is impossible, and we can monetize it. So here comes an opportunity for us. Other important businesses include space manufacturing, like manufacturing into the space for the space. Isn't that amazing, guys? Now, for all the budding Rakesh Jhunjhunwalas and budding Harshad Mehtas, India is not back at it. After the privatization of this economy, there are many startups into this space sector, namely Skyroot Aerospace, Agnikul Cosmos, Dhruva Space, Pixel Space, and so on. Here is an investment opportunity for you guys. Now, this was the manufacture of satellite or spacecraft for the space sector. Now, here, there are many other things which are dependent on such sectors. For example, our telecom industry, the Jio, Airtel, Vodafone, or BSNL, if some guys might use that, they are all dependent on this. Now, a few months back, you might have come to know that Netflix does not allow sharing of accounts to others. So all the accounts which were getting used by 2-3 friends and all of it got banned. This was because Netflix came to know that with the help of satellite, they can track it. Now, only within a certain radius of your mobile phone will your account work. iPhone also has got a very good high-tech thing which is there, that you can make calls without internet connection through satellite. Well, it is only for emergency options available, and obviously for US right now, and it will soon come to India. My school teacher always used to tell me one phrase which I recollect now, Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. Well, the space sector is directly related to both of these things. The defense sector is dependent on the space sector for it to work. And there are major players, like obviously, defense sector is related to the government, so it has to be reputed names. And even the agriculture sector, as it contains, we can predict weather and we can stop wastage of crops from drought or extra rainfall. Well, to summarize, it's a multi-billion industry, and I feel, and also some few banks, that it will reach at least $1 trillion industry overall by the next decade. Now, what is in it for us, Bharat, India? Indian space technology industry is currently valued at $8.4 billion. And we aim to achieve $44 billion by 2033. This is the best news that we have in India, that we are aiming for everything very early. Well, implementation is a question, but to implement, we got to first aim. Now, what are the key drivers for investment in India? Well, there are two major key drivers. First one is the privatization, that is by the government, and the second one is the scalability. Well, there are at least 100 startups which are getting registered every year from the date privatization was announced, that is in 2021, and we've come to know that they are very heavily invested in light satellite manufacturing. And that cost of light satellite manufacturing, as you can see in the chart, is going to reduce from $1,500 to negative $100 in a few years because of scalability. Now, the most important thing which I'm passionate about is the ISRO. I've been a fan of ISRO since a couple of years now. And when the Chandrayaan thing happened, I felt like it was the best day of my life. And I hope, and I know for a fact, all of my friends and families felt that. The cost by ISRO is so less that we know it is less than a movie production. And I feel proud to say that I began from a country which has ISRO. Well, these are a list of things that have done by ISRO recently. And as you all know, Aditya L1 for the Sun mission, there was Gaganyaan, there was Chandrayaan. But the most important thing which I am really waiting for is the AstroSat 2, the 9th one. Because it aims to find out the black hole, which is really interesting, right? For future predictions, as you can see, $1 trillion is the average of all the banks which are written here. Well, I like to conclude by saying one phrase that ऐसे कई देश देखे हैं मैंने जिसके झंडों में चांद तारे हैं. ऐसे कई देश देखे हैं मैंने जिसके झंडों में चांद तारे हैं. मगर मैं उस देश का नागरिक हूं जिसका झंडा चांद पे है. Thank you guys, that was my time.
Thank you so much, Kevin, for the delightful presentation.
And now, all the way from Sri Lanka, we have our next paper presenter for the topic
FinTech Revolution, Opportunities and Challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage Mr. Mohammad Aswar Ahmed Shizan.
Good evening, Ahmedabad. Can I have it again, my dear Indian youths? Good evening. Thank you. And namaste, assalamu alaikum, aibovan, and vanakkam. So, it's a great privilege for me to represent my country, Sri Lanka, and Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka, and Chartered Accountants Student Society in this stage. So, without further delay, I would like to go on to my topic, which is FinTech Revolution. FinTech Revolution is one of the major topics during this era. Since we are living in the 21st century, all the organizations are trying to be more effective and efficient to be in their sector. So they always try to uplift and do some advancement in their relevant organizational field. So there are many innovative and some new things have been introduced by the organization to survive and to face competitiveness in this market. So first of all, I would like to give some examples which states that how these FinTech revolution, i.e. financial technology, has been used and being used by the organizations all over the world. So me and you are mostly aware about these innovations. This is online banking and online transactions, which is currently a huge impact is given to the economy. So one, the Sri Lankans are more, and Indians, I hope and pray, they are also more aware about PayPal. So this is widely used, a digital platform that allows users to make online payments, transfer money, and various other financial activities. And the other one is Google Pay. This is one of the major things that is being used in Sri Lanka because, I'll go with this, because as we are Sri Lankan, we are always trying to do our transactions easily. So ordering foods and buying grocery items and buying pharmaceutical items, we are much familiar with the Google Pay. And the other one is peer-to-peer lending. Peer-to-peer lending is, guys, during these kinds of current era where lives in 2023, the 21st century, the people, those who need loans, they can get loans during using this technology without any intermediaries. The great example is Lending Club. This is one of the largest and most well-known P2P lending platform. So by using the platform, we can get loans without any intermediaries in an efficient and effective manner too. And Prosper. This is another major player in the P2P lending space. So these are the two examples when it comes to peer-to-peer lending. And the other one, robo-advisors. So this is a major thing. Wealthfront, this is a good example for robo-advisor. Wealthfront is a popular robo-advisor, offers automated, low-cost investment management services. Earlier, we had to get some investment management services from a person, which is a very contradiction. But now, we can do it by using our fingertips. So this is one of the great advancements of fintech revolution. And we are very aware about this blockchain and cryptocurrencies. Now, they are shaking the world by using cryptocurrencies and bitcoins. So Bitcoin is the first and most well-known cryptocurrency, as mentioned earlier. Bitcoin is the first and most widely organized cryptocurrency. It is often referred to as digital gold, is used a store of value. Earlier, the function of money is store of value, but now the cryptocurrency also taking over the function of money called store of value. And InsurTech, this is a technology which is used to utilize artificial intelligence and behavioral economic to provide more customer-friendly insurance manners. So if you want to get anything insured, or if you want to get any kind of insurance advice, you can get it through this AI called InsurTech. And RegTech. So RegTech is one of the good example I got is a comply advantage. By using this technology, you can get the fraud risk which is in your organization, and compliance risk, and regulatory risk, and any other risk which is related to your business organization. You can sort it out or else get advice by using this RegTech. And crowdfunding. This is one of the major invisible hand behind the young entrepreneurs, because by using crowdfunding, this is a good example, Kickstarter. This is one of the app model which is introduced in 2009, but now after 10 years only this is coming to the market. So this is allowing the creator to present their product ideas to the public, right? If you have a product, you can get it to the public by using this app. And then personal finance management. So if you have a good wealth, you can use this app and you can plan your financial management basically. So Mint is a good example. This is a free web-based personal finance management platform. You can use it to plan your personal wealth management. Now, let's discuss the threats of financial revolution, due to financial revolution. The first one is cybersecurity inefficiencies, cybersecurity issues. The unpatched software. There are many, in organization, there are many softwares, but those softwares are sometimes become outdated, become undergoing some issues. So due to some issues, if one small issue is taking place in an organization, the whole system collapses. The whole system collapses due to the one small error in the system. So these are a threat to the organization or the world due to the financial revolution. And weak passwords. Guys, we all know if we are if we are creating an email, if the password is not strong, they used to give us a restriction. So this is one of the basic threat that we are always using the financial revolution. And data privacy. Guys, as Sri Lankan, I have a good experience. Data privacy, when it comes to data privacy, sometimes I get call over when I'm in office or when I'm doing something, I get call over and ask me, hey, young man, are you following a course in accounting industry, or else you are working in the commercial industry? We got to know. So there is a course you can follow. So how are they being able to get my data? So that's a great threat now we are facing in the current era. Right? So day to day we get, due to the, I think they are getting from a data that is stored in anywhere. I also don't know if I ask that, did you collect my data? They said that is confidential. So that's a good that's a threat that we face due to the financial revolution. And regulatory compliances and challenges. So constantly involving in regulations. Laws and regulations are subject to frequent changes and updates. So there are some regulatory obligations when it comes to financial revolution, right? And industrial specific revolution also too. So market fragmentation, so this is a huge threat we face during this era, like software and the market fragmentation. So due to market fragmentation, we face many challenges. So lack of financial literacy. So guys, I want to mention this example. In Sri Lanka, in over the world, when we were kids in 2006 and 7, we used to go to the bank with my parents. I used to go. And I asked, who is that person, what are they doing? And my mom and my mother always used to explain me, he's the manager, he's the cashier, and this is the task that he do. But now, kids, they are not familiar with banking activities, for an example. They don't know because all the transactions are online. They don't have the literacy knowledge regarding the banking sector, for an example. So other examples are high credit card debit. Due to the lack of literacy level for not using the credit card, they are not much aware about how to use credit card. So due to the technology, because they are not involving specifically, due to the technology, all the thing has become easy. Lack of investment knowledge. So there are fake investments, so the people are getting caught to those investment activities. So opportunities of fintech, as I discussed above, I'll just go through on this topic. Digital transformation. So these are the online mobile banking and digital payments wallets are the main opportunities we get, as we are aware. And mobile payments. So alternative lending and financial inclusion. So this is one of the lending example that I can get is microfinance institution. So due to technology, all the thing has become easy. If you want to become an entrepreneur, there's a bank called Green Bank in Bangladesh. They are providing loans for emerging entrepreneurs using technology. The transaction and the process is not that much difficult. They are providing loans using the collecting some few informations. So that has become easy and efficient due to the technology. So robo-advisory and wealth management, if you want to get tax advisory, consultancy services, or else many other accounting and financial related services, you can get it through the robo-advisor system. And InsurTech solutions, as I mentioned before, if you want to get any kind of insurance advice, you can get it through the AI, which is generated for insurance services called InsurTech. So regulations, the compliance AI, as I mentioned before, you can get any other fraud risk or any other regulatory advices, you can get it through the compliance AI app. So thank you. So with this quote, I would like to conclude my presentation since the opportunities we discussed at the start of my presentation. So with this positive quote, I would like to conclude. Before I conclude, I want to wish everyone, since we are getting the New Year within 2 days from Sri Lanka, I want to wish everyone a very happy New Year in advance. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sejan, for such a wonderful presentation.
From peer-to-peer lending platforms
To robo-advisors,
startups aim to enhance
efficiency,
accessibility.
and user experience in the financial realm.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in extending a warm welcome to Mr. Akila Gamage to present on the topic Innovative Ventures, the Dynamic Landscape of Fintech Startups.
Ayubowan. Namaste India. Students-Ahmedabad. Students-Ahmedabad. Thank you so much. By the way, first of all, can you guess my country? What? Can you guess my country, please? What? I didn't hear you. Oh, thank you so much. By the way, it's a really great pleasure and really good honor to represent my country in this international conference organized by WICASA India, and it's a great pleasure and it's a great honor to represent my organization in of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka. Before starting my presentation, I would like to warn you that in the middle of presentation, I might ask questions from you guys. So please carefully listen. So first of all, I'd like to tell you a story before starting my presentation. Anyone who likes to listen to stories, fairy tales? Thank you so much. So, do you know that the world's largest taxi service provider, doesn't have its own vehicles? And can you guess what the company is? Yeah, that's Uber. Not only Uber, the world's largest online retailer doesn't have its own inventory, and that is Alibaba. Not only that, the world's largest accommodation provider doesn't have its own real estate, and that is, B&B. So the reason that I pick these companies, because of one reason. Because there's a big common factor that we should understand, which was the critical success factor behind these companies. And that is none other than the fintech. So the next question that I'm going to ask from you, what the hell is this fintech? As you can see in the slide, FIN is for finance, and TECH, or technology, that's for the technology. My dear ladies and gentlemen, fintech refers to the financial technology, and that is a technology that seeks to improve and automate the delivery and the use of financial services. Once it was used at the initial level at the back-end system of well-developed institutions such as banks and other financial institutions. But now it came to a point where fintech is everything. And that is the reason why it has been diversified into education, real estate, banking, finance, and that is the reason why you have Uber, Alibaba, Amazon, eBay, Airbnb everywhere because of this due to fintech. So now I'm going to start my presentation, and I am Akhila Gamage. So I have a BSc Honors in Accounting, and also I'm a CA Sri Lanka final year student. So to go forward in my presentation, I have picked 5 interesting fintech startups to explain you this topic, innovative ventures, dynamic landscape of fintech startup. And those startup concepts are, number 1, neobanking. Number 2, blockchain and cryptocurrency. Number 3, robo-advisory. Number 4, insurtech. And number 5 is regulation technology. Let's move. So neobanking. So don't focus on the theory, but in simple language, neobanking is the bank without any physical presence. It means completely online. So in this 21st century digital era, we have countries like India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nepal. So these countries have high mobile phone usage as well as internet penetration. So the neobanks have captured that market opportunity for their advantage. And that's the reason why neobanks are so common in this region. So compared to normal banks, these have lower operating costs, quicker processes, as well as high security. So from the real world examples point of view, I have Chime, which is based from USA and founded in 2012, and I have Revolut, and that is from a UK company. Let's move. So with regard to blockchain and cryptocurrency, I think everyone knows what blockchain is and what cryptocurrency is. What I want to highlight is the modern day fintech startups. Actually, you cannot consider Binance as a fintech startup because now it has come to the well-established level, and that is identified as the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange. So, and then this Salt company, Salt doesn't mean that the thing that we put into our meals. No, so this with regard to company. So Salt is a company where it provides cryptocurrency loan. So it takes you your cryptocurrency assets as a collateral, and based on that, they provide you the loan. So that's a new startup concept. and it provides 97% customer satisfaction as well. So robo-advisory. Compared to conventional advisory, robo-advisory have these advantages. And these companies use high level of developed AI algorithms, data science, big data analysis. Therefore, they are capable of providing more efficiency and effective solutions for you at a lower cost. So that is a critical advantage in robo-advisory. So with regard to the real-world examples, I have Betterment and the Wealthfront. Again, these companies are from USA. So these are real-world examples when it comes to the robo-advisory. Then the InsurTech. So InsurTech means is the application of insurance as well as the technology. So this use Internet of Things, big data, and data science to collect information. By the way, let me ask you a question. Hands up if you have a smartwatch or Apple Watch in your hand. Can I have a show of hands? If you have a smartwatch or an Apple Watch in your hand, please show hands. Show your hands. All right, thank you so much. So what I want to highlight is these InsurTech companies collect data from your smartwatch. It collects your high blood pressure, cholesterol level, sugar level, and based on that, they decide your insurance premium. So people who have high cholesterol, high blood pressure, please be careful because you need to have exercise a lot to reduce your insurance premium. So these are the real-world examples, Resigo and Ladder. So nowadays, insurance companies are more focused on these aspects, especially in Sri Lanka. So I think these have a good potential into the future. So talking about the RegTech. So this is with regard to kind of regulation. Because when it comes to modern day with digitalization, a lot of frauds and a lot of violations are coming. So to counterattack these aspects, we have the RegTech. So this concept try to analyze data from various sources and try to provide solutions for regulatory violations. Finally, the final part, summary. So fintech was used to be a back office support function, and it has developed across different industries. And also, the impact of digitalization has caused the success of these companies. And finally, as CAs, we have a role in facilitating these technologies, because we are the people who deal with finance, and that is our responsibility to help the development of this fintech technology. So finally, I'm not done yet. Finally, I have to thank you everyone for your valuable attention, and I need to thank these people who are really working hard. I saw their effort and saw their courage, commitment to make this event a real success. So please give a round of applause for these people who are helping you to make success. And also, as Sri Lankans, we came to Sri Lanka on 28th and arrived here 29 early morning. So we had a huge fear when it comes to this country. We didn't know Hindi, we didn't know anything. But when we come here, it was just like our home because of your hospitality. So, and it was just like our home. And thank you very much for hospitality. And it's proved the term Vasudeva Kutundakam. Yes. Thank you so much.
So I request CA Marzun Jokhi sir and CA Mukesh Khandwala sir, our senior chartered accountants, to please come on the dais. Very quickly we felicitate them, and then we move forward to the most awaited session, I think, for the day. I'm also looking forward to hear from CA Darshan Jariwala sir. I was also surprised and so proud feeling came into my heart that Darshan Jariwala sir is also a chartered accountant. So just a few minutes away from hearing from the words of wisdom from our another senior chartered accountant. So requesting CCM CA Purushottam Khandelwal sir to felicitate CA Mukesh Khandwala sir. Along with him is our branch chairperson CA Anjali Choksi ma'am and vice chairperson of the branch, chairperson of WICASA Sunil Sanghvi sir. Now we have CA Marzun Jokhi sir on the dais. Thank you so much sir for your services as jury member. And now I request CM Mahesh Jain ji to please come forward and deliver his concluding remarks, and then we move forward to the valedictory session. Requesting all the participants to be seated. I think this is the discipline, the call of the hour. You have to show your professionalism right away. So requesting now sir to please come forward and present his concluding remarks. Thank you, sir.
Good evening, friends. You all know the term called bonus, and I'm sure this must be personally a bonus for me to have a company with CA Darshan sir and enjoyed the trailer. It was really an entertaining session, and I wish them all the best for their upcoming movies. Really want to thank all the participants who have come up with a brilliant presentation skills. Can we hear a big round of applause for all the participants, guys? Especially to, we talk about space economy today, and Kevin presented big numbers, and one of the numbers he talked about is Bank of America by 2045 with $2.7 trillion economy. Wow, what a big number that is. And what it means to us is, just to give you some context here, like IPL. Can anyone guess the size of the IPL? It is $30 billion economy. India will become by 2025 $5 trillion economy. So these are the quick number or the fact check for you to know that what the space economy looks ahead for you. Really want to thank Institute of Chartered Accountants to design the topics that they are there, and I am from the industry and can really correlate how interesting and the meaningful topics all of them were, and it was very insightful from all of them. We talked about innovation, we talked about automation. What if we don't follow all of that? If I ask some of you if you have heard the brand called Nokia, BlackBerry, Kodak, Blockbuster, I'm sure the young generation, the future chartered accountants might have heard, but this all used to be the big brand once upon a time, but unfortunately no one remembers that. So it is very important that we all embrace the technology and adapt that to ensure that we understand the consumer behavior and able to survive and grow as an organization. Because the only term that I recall is change is the only constant. It applies to us as an accountant, it applies to nation, it applies to corporate, and really delighted today that all those young chartered accountants, the future of chartered accountants came up with these brilliant topics. So that is really insightful. And with that note, I really want to thank again all the participants. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your gracious presence. Now, I would like to call upon CA Sunil Sanghvi, sir, and Mr. Akila Gamage to felicitate and present memento to CA Mahesh Kumar Jain, CEO of QX FNA Services. CA Marjun Jokhi, sir.
Now I will request Akhila Gamage sir and CA Sunil Sanghvi sir to present memento to all the paper presenters.
Mahesh bhi also, he will join also.
And also CM Mahesh sir. Miss Anushri Balaji. Mr. Shlok Trivedi. Mr. Kevin Savla. Mr. Shizan Aswar.
I would like to thank all the honorable dignitaries and our paper presenters for their gracious presence.
Now we would like to conclude.
Attempts देके आते हैं सब, फाइनल्स क्लियर जो कर जाएगा. वो मुकद्दर का सिकंदर, वो मुकद्दर का सिकंदर, सीए एक दिन कहलाएगा. So, this is Khushi and Khushi signing off.
संख्या में हम भले कम हो लेकिन आवाज़ और जोश बहुत अच्छा है. So it's heartening to see such of voices from you. And now it's time for the presenters to be awarded. So this cheering, this clapping and this hooting would surely encourage them to present and be best in their life. So would be now we have the chairperson of Ahmedabad branch, Anjali Choksi ma'am, respected Central Council member Pushtam Khandelwal sir, and also vice chairperson of Ahmedabad branch and WICASA chairperson C.A. Sunil Sanghvi sir. They will be presenting the awards to the winners of the paper presenter. So the wait is over. For the technical session 1, the name of the paper presenter, Mr. Ankush Sanjay Chirimar. Please may I request him to please come on the dais. And will request all the 3 dignitaries to please present him the award. We have Mr. Ankush Sanjay Chirimar on the stage. He presented on the topic Navigating the Indian FinTech Terrain, Balancing Challenges and Embracing Opportunities. So, तालियां बजती रहनी चाहिए. Thank you so much. Second is Ms. Shruti Gupta, Technical Session 2. She presented on the topic Cyber Security Finance, Beyond Defense to Proactive Resilience. So congratulations to Ms. Shruti Gupta, winner of Technical Session 2. Again requesting all the 3 dignitaries on the dais to present the memento to the winner of Technical Session 2, Ms. Shruti Gupta. For the Technical Session 3, please may I request Ms. Navya Mittal to come on the dais. Congratulations, she presented on the topic Ethical Challenges in Financial Reporting. C.A. Purushottam Khandelwal sir, C.A. Anjali Choksi ma'am and C.A. Sunil Sanghvi sir are presenting the mementos to the winner of the Technical Session 3, Ms. Navya Mittal. And can I have some guessing from you all? Who is the winner for the Technical Session 4 which recently concluded? So any guesses? Kya naam bola? I think you have got wrong. We have the winner for the Technical Session 4, Miss Anushri Balaji. Requesting Miss Anushri Balaji to please come on the dais. She presented on the topic FinTech Revolution, Challenges and Opportunities. A big round of applause for the winner. Congratulations to all the 4 winners. Requesting all the paper presenters to please come on the dais for a photograph. Anjali Choksi ma'am to be on the dais. Will be felicitating the office bearers of WICASA Ahmedabad. So we start with Vice Chairperson WICASA, Harsh Parikh. Mr. Harsh Parikh, if you could please come forward. We have seen you working day and night. तालियां बजती रहनी चाहिए हर्ष के लिए. Harsh, a big congratulations to you for the successful organization and execution of this 2-day international conference for CA students. We have WICASA Vice Chairman Harsh Parikh on dais. And now I request the Joint Secretary of WICASA Ahmedabad, Mr. Preet Teli. Please come forward on the stage. Preet, you had been instrumental in this organizing this lovely international conference. Big congratulations to you. Please, may I have a big round of applause for Preet? Thank you. Requesting the Treasurer of WICASA Ahmedabad, Mr. Piyush Kumar Borisa. Piyush, please come forward on the dais. It's my mistake. We have, please may I request Ms. Shevi Shah first to please come forward. She is Joint Secretary. So we have Ms. Shevi Shah, the most chirping girl in the WICASA team, energetic, keep it up. And now it's time to call upon Mr. Piyush Kumar Borisa, Treasurer, WICASA. And now I request the Managing Committee member of WICASA Ahmedabad, Mr. Dhan Vyas, to please come on the stage. Dhan would have surely lost a couple of kgs in last 15 days. And now I request Mr. Sahil Soratia, Managing Committee member of WICASA Ahmedabad. We have Mr. Sahil on the dais. Congratulations to whole WICASA team and all the students who helped them and contributed to the success of this international conference for CA students, Arohan. Please may I request the international, the delegates who have traveled from abroad to India to please come on the stage for a photograph. Students from Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and other foreign delegates to please come on the dais. Yeah.
शाम गज़ब की हंगामा खेज है, इसका नशा ही गहरा है तेज है। शाम गज़ब की हंगामा खेज है, इसका नशा ही गहरा है तेज है। जुल्फ खुली है रेशम रेशम, सांस खुली है माथा माथा, ये तो इशारे हैं। अक्लो होश नमी दानम, हम है दिल है और जानम,